Hey everybody, Radaman here. Thanks for tuning in to the Philosopher King, a RimWorld royalty series. Here's a little recap of our rules and goals that we have to follow, staying benevolent. And a little reminder that today is vote day. It is a choose your own adventure series, which means my patrons submit ideas, and then you all get to vote on them. Last week or two, we've been working on converting the close ancient danger to a guest room for royalty, taming dangerous guard animals, which is partially done, and constructing a beautiful garden, which is fully done. This episode, I plan on pretty much solely focusing on converting the ancient danger over. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set up, what do we have in excess? We have an excess of marble blocks. I'm going to use marble blocks because it's going to be a quick conversion. So here's what I'm doing. I am converting the ancient danger into miniature holding cells so that we can capture whomever is in here to recruit. The way I'm going to do it is we are going to set up, let's say, granite doors like this. There. That's the way I want it. And then here we're going to have an auto door, a steel auto door. These, oh no, this is going to be built like this. These are very, very small cells, and the way I like to heat them up is with heaters. So we're going to run some heaters here as well. Let's also, what's important is putting some standing lamps so that we can easily repair whatever walls they're bashing, which means also removing this back wall for now. And then this whole project is going to convert to an ancient, to a royal bedroom, allowing Bubbaloo to keep his own. So this means that I want Talon, or really I want all these guys working towards that. Mathis, I'm not going to worry about hunting anything right now. We will try to use your taming inspiration before it runs out. We are heading into summer, which is very convenient because that's going to allow me to use heat stroke to knock these guys out. I've used this method in the past. It's very, very efficient to subdue ancient soldiers. And I'm just going to install the heaters, one per cell. So this is my goal to be able to fulfill. My goal is to potentially recruit all those guys, but this is to fulfill the ancient danger requirement. And then, of course, we are going to want prison cells. Eventually adding maybe bedrooms, but I just wanted to remind you all that if I have outstanding goals, other than making sure that the base stays, let's say, intact, I am, in my mind, obligated to work towards those voted goals. So that's exactly why, for instance, when I got the prisoner request, I did not build a bunch of individual prison cells, because that is actually not working towards the goals that you all voted for. Had my goal been a network of prison cells for prisoners, not that you would have the omniscience to know that I would require that, then things would have changed and that would have been my goal. So now we are setting up the holding cells. Now, marble is not the toughest material, but generally speaking, the way this works is you only are repairing as fast as they can damage. So the idea here is to set them up with teeny little individual prison cells and then repair the heck out of it until they collapse from exhaustion or heat stroke or whatever. And the fact that we're heading into summer is really going to help with that, because they're very easily going to be heat stroked. Oh, whoa! Yanshui and Mathis are getting married, which is actually, not to exploit game mechanics even further, very, very good timing, because one of the stressors when trying to manage the soldiers like this, one of the big stressors is that it takes a lot of effort and energy and causes some mood disruptions because of how much energy it takes and how much effort it takes. So the fact that these guys are getting married is perfect, because I'm not going to I'm not going to have to worry about their moods. Everybody's attending this wedding. I guess they just mostly have beer, but everybody's attending the wedding, and that's going to offer a 10-day big boost of mood. So I have 2 granite doors to hold them back, and then a steel auto door so that I can open this pod here and slip out quickly. I have a bunch of heaters, which right now I'm going to set low so that they're not actually drawing power. And then when it's time to, you know, enact our plan and knock them out, I will turn all those heaters up to 11. Looks like tomorrow morning is the time. If I wanted to work on geothermal generators, that wouldn't be terrible to have that extra boost. Yanshui, also seems, I think you've been working hard on the farm. I really hope that the guys in here are growers or something like that, because let's actually put another door in there, because I've got a severe lack of farming going on here. Looks like, to me, we've hauled, like, all the possible blocks. Maybe I'll just keep pushing this, giving my animals something to do. And Yanshui, I canceled the... Oh, you're planting daisies. I canceled the tree cut. Or I canceled the sowing crops so that we could tree cut, but that doesn't seem to be really happening right now. All right, Talon, you probably need some sleep. Let's get you sleeping. And then Zero, you were mining, but let's cancel that. We don't really need you to mine. We need you to go to sleep. So, the plan is to close these 2 doors, crank up the heat and knit already to something really, really high, so that, and let's start doing that now. And this is so that we can heat stroke them quickly. I also want to build that door so that we can retain some heat. This also means that the people that are repairing in there are going to get hot, meaning maybe cowboy hats over toques. So what I'll do is queue up a few cowboy hats. I have plenty of blue fur. Oh, I have some camel hide. Camel hide's going to be a little bit better than blue fur. So let's queue up. Who constructs well? Let's queue up 2 of those cowboy hats just to keep me cool. Alright, Yanshui's already cutting trees so that we can build that door. Bubaloo's on research. We also want to build the extra bed. If I need a 5th bed, I'll just move one over from the hospital. Whoa, silver ore almost landing on me. I like it. It did just crush some of my hops. Well, where my hop farm would be. I could deal with that. Alright, thank you, Mathis, but we're going to have Zero finish that off. Okay, so these doors are now... Let's close them. Okay, so this room is easily heat stroke territory. It's about 150 something. Let's make one more. No. Talon, you want... I'm gonna forswear this. Okay, everybody has a cowboy hat now. And Talon, what you really need is a duster. Maybe I could whip one up real quick. And this is so that I can be protected from the heat stroke. But the people in here cannot. Alternatively, if you don't want to use heaters, another decently safe way to do it is just to use campfires. Don't get quite as hot, but they're still pretty handy. Okay, so there's the duster. Let's toss that on. and then make sure it's not forced. So, Talon, you're good to 131, Yanshui 127, Mathis is a little bit lower because of his helmet, and then 136. So we have very good protection. We have all the prison cell beds we need. Now it's just a matter of literally opening them up. This is going to be an all-hands-on task. Whoa, Talon, you took off your shirt. I guess you never maybe had a shirt under there. That would be my fault. So let me quickly whip up a blue fur button down, rather. Do you have pants on? Okay, at least he has pants on, so there is that. Okay, I feel like I've delayed enough. Everybody. Over here, what I'm going to do is stand outside while Bubbaloo, because you have a pain stopper now, and you have the ability to stun, is going to open it up. With that stun ability, it's going to be really, really, really handy to just, you know, make sure nothing gets messed up. Grab your knife. We also have the Psychic Shock Lance, so if anyone gets out of hand, I can also just shock them down. Alright, so we are just about ready. Here we go. Opening it up. It's 200 degrees in here, so it is pretty toasty. So, here's the issue. We've got Faustopia trying to shoot Chris. Chris is passive. We've got Poppy down, Shay down, and a dead body named Ironhead. So, I'm going to capture Shay and Poppy. And then, actually, Bubbaloo capture Poppy. You're standing right there. Talon, go use the Shock Lance on Faustopia. 0, capture Shay. And then we're going to want to prevent Chris. I'm going to try to rest Chris. Chris just got shot in the head. That's not funny. So let's capture Poppy. And then Yanshui, capture Faustopia. Perfect. We got everybody with no issues whatsoever. And these heaters can all be reset. We no longer need to super cook. So everyone's been captured. Selling to Fenland. A new quest. They want parkas. And they're going to give us some really good stuff. I'm all about that jazz. Yes. Okay. So let's do this. I'm going to do until I have 5 parkas that meet the requirements. So what is it? Normal plus. So 5 parkas out of blue fur. So that was a well-orchestrated takedown. Faustopia, I'm going to actually break your bed down. And we're going to put you in the other one. Mathis, yes, let's start. We're going to recruit everybody. Let's haul that stuff out of the way. So any of them seriously wounded, and then I'll take a look at skills and whatnot. All right, so this. Come on, I want you to put him in the other bed before he regains consciousness. There we go. And then Shay, your bed should be like that. Alright, so as these guys get healthier, they will want to escape. I'm not going to worry about this other bed right now. Whoa! Chris has already joined us. That was super quick. He's been shot in the head. So let's take a look at Chris. Chris is a War Master. He's a careful shooter, he's industrious, he's tough, he's very smart, good with animals, and a good shooter. Oh, fantastic. And I'm going to give him this heavy SMG. He also is coming with very decent armor, which is phenomenal. We are also going to try to recruit Shay. So let's take a look at Shay. Shay is wounded a little bit. Industrious, kind, great memory, cooking, crafting, artistic, wine runner, hearth tender, sorry. Poppy, detoxify her stomach, with a little bite scar in your torso. Crafting, social, intellectual, transhumanist, fast learner, beautiful. And then Fostopia, fast learner, fast walker, kind, animals, medical, social, with the psychic shock, because, you know, he was shooting at Chris, and yeah, we weren't going to allow that to happen. All right, so we got some people to recruit, for sure. Zero is cranking out the parkas. I'm going to expand the zone here a little bit. All of these new limestone urns, I don't know. Let's just start. There seems to be an excess of limestone urns. We'll just line them up back there. It also means that that all of my temporary setups around here can be removed. And the heaters can be replaced. Alright, Fostopia can walk around. He's going to be the biggest prison break threat, I think, because he's healthy. Alright, Chris, did you ever get... Yeah, Chris got patched up. So I'm trying to clean up the barracks to try to keep it nice. So we got Poppy, Shay in there that we need to recruit. Their resistance remaining is ridiculously low, so we should be able to get them recruited pretty quick. War Master, Chris, we're going to allow you to hunt. Animal handle at 3, animal handle at 2. And then we're not going to have you do any intellectual. That will be up to my man Bubbaloo for now. It's possible that we get another research bench, but that to me more sounds like a future voted goal. I don't think I'm going to have 2 research benches unless it was voted upon. I did get a tip saying that one way to speed up the treating of... Well, I'm not going to worry about that so much. Bubbaloo, I'm actually going to wake you up and have you clean up this. So we're going to have to make bedrooms for Chris and probably the rest of them. So that's 4 bedrooms. This means cutting into what was once my very lack of a kill box. I don't know why I'm making the doors that far away. There is not a good reason for that, but whatever. So another thing I wanted to do is if we're going to climate control this, let's actually wall that off. This is going to take a lot of metals, but I think it will be worth it. Let's move these turrets a little bit. And then we're going to want to order a cut plants. Now I wanted to carpet up this room once it's ready, and I might remove this asymmetrical column. All right, Chris, you are already... We'll temporarily make that your bed, as I don't have another bed for you. Another important construction would be the geothermal Jenny. So I think what I'll do is actually expand this hallway a little bit further, like this. Put a marble door here, and then cool down these bedrooms like this, leaving this area here unroofed. Disease infection. Shay got an infection. Mathis, I want you tending to that. So I did get a question about Mathis, about why I've been working on trying to get Mathis a better doctor, and it's because if you only have one doctor, capable doctor in your colony, and that doctor falls ill, let's say, you're very screwed. If you don't have a second one to look after the first one, right? So it's very necessary to have two doctors in my mind. Bubbaloo already started off as a pretty capable doctor at 11. I'm trying to catch Mathis back up so that they can, you know, look after one another. Else I'm going to have a bad time. So we have a lot of construction goals going on right now. Zero is stuck constructing more than anything else. Oh, but these dogs are wonderful. Oh, they just keep hauling and hauling. Now there is the school of thought that maybe I want to keep one of these ancient caskets because it could be really useful if I have someone that's like dead or like needs to be put into storage. Chris, because you're the new man on the block, I'm going to make you clean after you cut some blocks. And Shay, you are being treated well, I hope? Yes, you are being treated quite well. Alright, Yanshui is planting some additional heal root. That was the smoothest Ancient Danger recruit run, drive, whatever you want to call it, I think I've ever done in my life. That was so silky smooth and easy. I'm going to have Yanshui cut some of the trees that are going to be in the way. No, quit hitting on each other. That's not good. Marble blocks. So, continuing the Super Marble theme, we'll just keep that up. And if I am running power, I'm definitely going to be running power all the way over here where the ACs are. Talon. I'm going to have you start refining. We're going to want some metals. And I'm going to maybe toss a light here. Trying to keep these hallways illuminated. In fact, this other light here, I will put here and roof up this whole thoroughfare. That way it you stay dry and whatnot when you're working in that area. Now, one way to work faster until we have the lights installed is to hook it up with no roof, and that way we can use the daylight. So these AC units are having a real hard time keeping stuff cool. So I'm going to install some additional passive coolers, using up obviously precious wood. We will work towards making that not needed in the future, but I don't want my beer to spoil, and I don't want my people to get overheated. It is a little warm. Oh, I don't... Ooh. I don't know what weapon we just smelted. It might have been one of their bio-coded weapons. I'm not going to even worry about that. So we have, what, 2 bio-coded weapons over here? Let's smelt 2 more weapons. Mr. Talon. Now, there was talk about getting rid of the corpses that I've produced in my colony, but given that we're a benevolent society, I think I really have to cremate them. That's the respectful thing to do, and not just like shoot them with a incendiary launcher until they're dead. That sounds not proper for our community to do. Ooh, look at this. It's a beautiful little garden. That is pretty. Pretty little pavilion. In terms of prisoners, all but Shay are single digits. It should not be too long. And Bubbaloo loves working on his little social ability. Flexing that. I'm going to have Chris start delivering. In fact, Chris, if you want to, your construction is not too low. If you want to start helping out with construction, you're more than welcome to assist. Now, the other issue here is, as much as Zero is a fantastic constructor, we're also very low on metals. We have 120. So I think, on a psychic drone, that's really just too terrible. Bubbaloo is particularly susceptible, I believe. Minus 22? No, maybe he doesn't have, no. I take that back. The people who are best at being psychics tend to have, tend to be have psychic sensitivity, but Bubbaloo does not. Bubbaloo is, wimp, asexual in kind, and not psychically sensitive or anything like that. So I've just sent Zero up to get some more metals. This is going to allow us to, make those AC units to keep us cooler. And that way we don't have to use wood instead. And then, of course, getting the geothermal up would be critically important as well. Mathis doing a really good job at tiling this up. Soon, I think Chris will have a nice bedroom. I'm just going to make a giant swath of that. Alright, let's speed this up a little bit by removing the roof. Using some daylight. Alright, Zero, you are down here already. It means you've mined. Let's have you go haul some of that. And where's the next closest steel to me? Not uranium. Not the silver that just basically landed on us. It might actually be on the other side up here. And then this is almost assuredly an ancient danger. I really can't imagine it wouldn't be. Alright, Bubbaloo, you're working on multi-analyzing for us. That's going to be very handy. Now, a little bit of construction botched, but, you know, given the amount of marble I have at my disposal, it's okay. Okay, I guess that was just a node that was chopped up by the Ancient Danger. Now, I know I'm not working towards converting this to anything right now, but we can make that a priority at some point. One thing that you will see on the polls is about how we treat guests. This isn't about so much goals or rule. Well, it's not about what user submitted is. It's just, the idea is, should our guests become buried or cremated, or maybe sent back to their original owners? So selling to Fenland, I have about 2 weeks on. Paid forced weather. Glowworld medicine, but we have fog for 7.5 days. Okay, I can deal with that. So there's going to be some forced weather where it's foggy. Fog reduces ranged effectiveness. I don't even see that there's a weather generator. That just means our brawlers are a little bit more effective. If you mouse over the fog, it will tell you the ranged of accuracy weapons are reduced. Royal Tribute Collector. Alright. Well, these are the guys that you can pay off with slaves, which is against the policies of the series, or with or with gold to build up favor. So that is very much a Bubbaloo thing to do. Now, I don't have a whole lot of gold, and I have about 105 to spare for royal favor donation. But I'm not certain if that's how I'm going to spend it. I'll see what that gets me. So Bubbaloo, if we give them 105 royal favor, it gives me 105 gold. It gives me 2 royal favor. Let's do 100 gold. All right. So my royal favor gone up from 6 to 8. In 2 more, I get Praetor. I get a whole new rank. Oh, there we go. So we've got the got one of the ACs constructed. The base is looking pretty nasty. Chris, I think I'm going to put you back on cleaning duty. And additionally, this new stuff should be added to home zones. And then let's update the home zones a little bit. Okay, home zone update looks good to me. Okay, I don't really need that there. Now we're starting to power things on, which means we can build a roof in the hallway. We don't want a roof in this. Basically, this is a chimney here. Yanshui's getting some more rice. Our rice is falling behind a little bit, so it would be good if I focused a little bit more on rice over, let's say, hops. So let's plant some rice out here. Poppy is potentially recruitable. She comes with a detoxify her stomach, which means she can't get food poisoning, which is great. And then she also has marine armor. She's not really a combatant, so I might actually strip her of marine armor once I recruit her. I just don't want to take it from her early. These bedrooms are looking just about done, other than the vents and the last door. The last door is relying upon the cutting of trees, and I don't want to tie up Yanshui with that right now. She's kind of busy. Alright, so these vents are getting made. These vents, of course, lead to unroofed areas, so I'm going to have to roof those off so that we don't leak out all of our good temperature. And then this AC should be working. Poppy just joined us. Well, welcome, welcome, Poppy. Poppy is also a good warden. She would be a good warden to work alongside Bubbaloo in case Bubbaloo gets overwhelmed. She's also a good smith. So right now I'm going to have her craft. That will be her priority. And I very much want her to ditch the marine armor, because that's really, really, really good stuff. And the pants. Sorry, I'm really, really stripping you. And also the, well, I'll leave her the smoke pot belt. So Mathis, you are going to switch with her. And then she's going to wear what you were wearing. Oh, we did a whole lot of, resource gathering. Up there. So I'm going to set all of the heaters in the base down to 64 degrees, so they're not directly competing with the coolers. Bye-bye, Trade Caravan. I hope you enjoy all the gold I gifted you. Alright, so here is Poppy's bedroom. Oh, she is already assigned to it. And Chris's bedroom, good. We just need to get the furniture in it, but the rest of the furniture, I should say. But comfortable. And they're sleeping in reasonably temperate areas. One big thing would be to remove these wood-fired generators because they're producing heat right now, and that is causing my base to overheat as well. That's not helpful. So we'll get rid of those as soon as we can. Bubbaloo, you just keep drinking the milk. Because I guess we don't really have royal meals, do we? I certainly suspended it, didn't I? Let's make lavish meals up to 6, though. And then fine meals up to 16. Falstopia just decided to join. This means that... Okay, that bed is not very good. This means that I'm not likely to have a prison break because I have so few people left to do the breaking. So let's reuse some of these end tables for the furniture. And then we're, of course, going to want to build some more. Falstopia, you are very much a good animal handler as well. So we have a lot of animal handling. You also are pretty good at warding. Oh, and you know, no, not a lot of good farmers, though. So, yeah. But you're not good at hunting. You're not good with animals. You're just... Okay, that's fine. Little recurve bow. Poppy will give you a short bow, or a recurve bow. We're going to have to crank out some proper... Oh, you put that right back on, didn't you? And a heat wave. Okay, that's going to be toasty. No, don't put that on. Mathis is putting those on. Chris, you put the flak pants on. Oh, no, you already have flak pants. Zero, you put the flak pants and the flak vest on. Man, those are pitch black pants. Alright, now I think I can lift the restrictions. Yanshui, are you working on cutting down trees? No, you're still stuck in the kitchen. Shay, are you a cook? You are, so that's going to help out a lot. So, taking a look at animal grazing, we won't allow them to graze into a bedroom. Animal hauling, we won't allow them to haul into a bedroom. Safety, safety looks fine, just keep them out of the bedrooms. There's no need for that. So the other thing is, we were in the middle of making the parkas. We're wearing one right now. So once Zero is done with the geothermal Jenny, Faustopia, you are sleeping on the ground. That is a problem. I think because I've wronged you, I will offer you up a double bed. And there's an excellent bed here too, so that is fine. Okay, we're starting to clean up the ancient danger to become a bedroom. Zero, haul that steel. Anyone coming north should just haul a whole bunch of steel. Alright, we're breaking down the ancient danger. My visitors are leaving. I suppose I never really checked what they had. Bubbaloo, could you catch up with them? Because they're not walking very fast. You guys have nothing. Alright, I will sell you some of my spare toques for your silver. Alright, Yanshui is still stuck in the kitchen. Shay, I really hope you join me soon, because I really need another cook. But I wasn't even set to recruiting you. No wonder your resistance hasn't dropped. That is entirely my fault. Alright, so everybody's going to get their own little temperature controlled, not well controlled right now because it's super, super hot, but eventually temperature controlled bedrooms. Current outfit. We aren't going to allow parkas. Let's ditch the parkas so that we can actually queue them up for sale. Meaning that once Faustopia is up, he should be putting those away. Alright, Faust is heat stroking. Just a little bit. Really, you're heat stroking at 80 degrees? Yeah, 81 because of that wool. You're wearing a lot of stuff that causes that. That's sort of self-inflicted, but, you know, whatever. Just laugh at him later. So the geothermal Jenny is just waiting on components. The ancient... I'm going to get rid of the caskets. I might want them at some point, but you all voted for that to be a... You all voted for that to be guest room, so it becomes a guest room. Let's go hunt the few remaining components that are left. One of the things I'm going to need to quickly do is get fabrication, because it seems like there aren't, unless I go on a trade run, there's not a lot of components left out here on the map. I've pretty much grabbed them all. Another thing I could do additionally to cool down some of these bedrooms is to put a cooler here as well. Because it doesn't really matter if I put heat into my farm. It's just not a big deal. It's not closed off, not roofed off. Alright, 0. I ought to see you running to go mine compacted machinery. Yeah, here we go. This big zone here, I'm going to reposition it. It's going to be a lot of almost pointless hauling work, but these chunks here are just simply in the way. And it gives my people something to do, I suppose. Kind of Sisyphean work, but work nonetheless. Alright, Yanshui, are you going to get to tree cutting? Because that farm is taking a lot of your work. Alright, Faustopia is breaking here. That's because you're kind of not wearing clothing. Alright, 0, go mine over there. Mathis will haul all this back for us. Man, there's not been a lot of orbital visitors. I've got to say, slightly surprised, a little disappointed. Mix of the two. So everybody's on an excellent bed, correct? Yes, that is correct. Whoa, 0. Oh, man. I looked away just long enough for him to start hauling it home. And not even the full amount. Alright, Mathis, you look ready for battle. Okay, there's the second cooler. This is going to help out with the heat stroke. And a third cooler. It's 122 degrees out, so you could probably understand why it's, well, it's so damn hot. And the coolers are going to have trouble. You shouldn't design your AC systems for peak. You should design them for mean. So, like, yeah, it's going to get a little bit hotter than it normally would, but that's totally normal, I think, in a giant heat wave such as this. And there we go. Now we're actually cutting some trees down. So if she is freed up cutting trees, I'll queue up some more to be cut. I cannot wait until we transition away from wood fire generators, which right now are just making Shay's bedroom unbearable. Unbearably hot. Yeah, these wood-fired generators are producing heat. Speech from the throne. Okay. Faustopia is still heat-stroking. Well, this is a very good place to stop. The community here has really increased in size. Just a reminder to all of you, please feel free to go vote on goals. I feel like I'm very, very close to finishing the last 2 weeks' goals. All I really need to do is convert the Ancient Danger over, which is not a whole lot of work. I do want to carpet it up to make it look different and nice. If you have any tips, tricks, feedback for me, questions, comments, concerns, anything like that, drop me a line in the comments below or hop on Discord and hit me up on Discord. I'm there constantly. If you would like to become a character in the series, there's a raffle going on for my Patreon patrons. Just go to patreon.com/Rodamant if you'd like to know more about that, or just ask me on Discord. I'm happy to answer questions. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you stay safe out there. Farewell.